Hello again, Packer fans. Welcome back to the Atrium at GreenBayPackerNation.com. And in case you didn't hear, the Green Bay Packers are going to the Super Bowl. Yes, the Packers took the wind out of the Windy City, 21-14, in a huge, the game of the century for NFC North fans, the game of the century for Packer and Bears fans. Green Bay Packers coming away with a huge win to take the next step and go on to the Super Bowl. Hey, listen, folks, 15 players on IR, including Nick Barnett, Ryan Grant, Jermichael Finley, Morgan Burnett, linebacker after linebacker after linebacker. We've got former grocers for linebackers. We've got people that were not even in football playing on our team and starting right now, and we are going to the Super Bowl. It just doesn't get any better than a win over Chicago to make this season complete, to give us that last step, that final game. Super Bowl 45, and it's going to be the Green Bay Packers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's go. I'm not going to talk too much about the Super Bowl right now. I'm going to save that for next week. I do want to talk about the big game against the Bears. This was a game that, if you were like me, it mattered more than the Super Bowl in one sense. In the sense that if the Packers beat the Bears and lost the Super Bowl, hey, I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be upset. I'm going to have wanted them to win. But I'm going to be so proud of them for getting there. Had the Packers lost to the Bears, I would be sad and upset. And it would be worse than losing the Super Bowl, because the Green Bay Packers are a better team than the Bears right now. Even with the injuries, we are a better team than the Chicago Bears. Had we dropped this game, like we did the one last time we were in Soldier Field, 18 penalties, lose by 3 points, and then to listen to all the Bears fans who, and they would have had bragging rights. There would be nothing we could say. We could not do anything but sour grapes and moral victories. I didn't want sour grapes and moral victories. I wanted our Green Bay Packers to beat down the Bears and go on to the Super Bowl. And that's exactly what happened, ladies and gentlemen. So we are on our way. Well, the Chicago Bears game. It was not a perfect game. It was a lot of people out there said it was not a pretty game. Well, that's to be expected. It was not pretty weather. It was not a pretty field. And it was two bruising defenses going against each other, and two bruising teams, two teams that wanted to pound the rock. Chicago Bears with Matt Forte, and had a lot of success pounding the rock, throwing out of the passes to him out of the backfield. And then Green Bay, we wanted James Starks to make a difference in this game. If you were like me, this is what I said. I said, if James Starks gets 70 yards in this game, we win this game. And the fact of the matter is, James Starks just barely got 70 yards, and we won the game. Now, again, it wasn't pretty. James Starks got shut down in the second half. Aaron Rodgers seemed to have a big drop-off, his passer rating dropping to what for him is abysmal. I think it was 55. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but a passer rating of in the 55 range. The second half, I think the Bears made better adjustments than we did, but I also think this. I also think that, excuse me, that I think that the Packers had to some extent gone a little conservative. When we played the Atlanta Falcons, we poured it on. Aaron Rodgers was on fire, and we just went after them and put our foot on the throat, and I love that. But I'm not going to discredit Coach McCarthy if he got a little conservative in the weather and with the field conditions. One slip by a wide receiver and a pass that should have or could have been caught becomes an interception. The one gust of wind in the Windy City and a pass that could have been caught becomes an interception. Add to that the fact that our receivers, in particular Andrew Corliss, dropping passes. And we had the crazy interception off Donald Driver's foot. I can understand why our coaching staff maybe went a little conservative. And the fact that we were up 21-7 at the time. And the only reason this score ended up 21-14 is because our team really took their foot off the gas and breathed a sigh of relief, and it almost destroyed us. after B.J. Raji's interception. Nick Collins should have made a tackle. He had coverage over the top, Woodson underneath. Woodson expected him there, and he was not there. We cannot afford to take our foot off the gas in that respect on our defense in the Super Bowl against the Steelers. It almost cost us an overtime against the Bears. If it wasn't for Sam Shields with one of two amazing athletic interceptions. I mean, this guy, Sam Shields, undrafted, rookie, free agent, one of several storylines that are similar on the Green Bay Packers team this year. And what a clutch play. Sam Shields, great job. Absolutely fantastic. You got to think about the B.J. Raji interception. What were you doing when you saw B.J. Raji pick off that ball? What was your response? Did your insides feel like they were going to come onto the outside? Because mine did. I just to see him. I saw him jack his man and drop back, and we've seen that before. And you know, we know B.J. Raji is athletic. We know that he can perform duties back there, covering a running back out of the backfield. But I just didn't expect him to get a pick six. I don't know. I didn't hear anyone predict. In the Chicago Bears game, the NFC Championship, I predict B.J. Raji is going to have a pick six. I didn't hear that from anybody, and you certainly didn't hear it from me. But when I saw it, I just about jumped out of my shoes. Just absolutely awesome. And you've got to credit the athleticism of B.J. Raji. So many times you see a linebacker drop back, and the ball comes, and it's dropped. But, man, the guy's got hands. I keep waiting. They put him in the Rhino package or whatever it is on offense. I keep waiting for him to either ask to be quarterback or to catch a pass out of the backfield. This guy has just been fantastic. What a storyline for the Green Bay Packers to see a guy like B.J. Raji that we knew could be really a fantastic addition. I think most of Packer Nation cheered when we picked B.J. Raji over Crabtree, and I think that was Crabtree was still on the board at that time. B.J. Raji was the guy we needed to anchor this defense and make us excellent for years to come. Thank you, B.J. Raji. What a fantastic play. Packer fans are happy. We are excited. We are astounded. But we were nervous for a little bit. Our offense is not the kind of offense that can grind it out. When we want to take time off the clock, we are not the kind of offense that can just punch, punch, punch first down. Punch, punch, punch first down. We don't have that ability, at least not when Aaron Rodgers is off his stride in the passing game and our receivers are dropping balls. We can't pound the rock that way. We can't take time off the clock that way. And it would be nice to be able to do that. And I think we'll have better success on a better field with James Starks. He does a fantastic job. But when you need to keep that clock ticking, you need to run the ball. And we were not able to do that, and it did hurt us down the road. Now, again, if our defense had really stayed with it, I think our defense was gassed in this game. Our offense put the defense in very difficult positions for the entire second half. And I give a ton of credit to our defense. I just don't want to see a gaffe like Nick Collins not making the tackle. That ended up being a touchdown, and that can be a game changer in the Super Bowl. So for right now, we have to do nothing but celebrate. There are a few things that we need to correct, but listen, we're going to the Super Bowl. We've got 2 weeks to get healthy. You know that Mike McCarthy is going to keep these guys working through the same rigorous pattern. This is in a lot of ways for them to be going to be just another game. He's going to insulate them as much as he can. Now, it's not, hey, they got to have some fun too. They got to enjoy the experience. I wouldn't want these guys to go down there and not enjoy the experience of, hey, we are in the Super Bowl. But McCarthy will have them ready. And here's somebody else you want to watch out for. This guy, I think he could be a Super Bowl MVP on defense. Charles Woodson. He hasn't been flashy because he's got a different role this time around. But when I think this guy is already talking about going to see the president in the White House, do you think Charles Woodson, after the big loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, when he played for the Raiders, is not ready to go in Super Bowl 45? This man, he is going to be a man among boys come Super Bowl Sunday. And add to that the fact that now in the Chicago game, we saw Sam Shields blitzed in a lot of the situations where Charles Woodson had been from before. Now we've got confidence in that, which frees up Charles Woodson. Watch out for Charles Woodson. This guy is going to be a man possessed in the Super Bowl. He has not had as many interceptions. Again, because of his role, he's been doing more pass rush. But look for him to stop the run. He is going to be incredibly important against Rashard Mendenhall in this game coming up. Which, again, I'm trying not to talk about. That's for next week. We're going to do that. I'm going to do a full Atrium Super Bowl week. But for now, Packers fans, revel in the victory. Your Packers, NFC champions. We weren't NFC North champions, but is anybody worried about that now? I don't think anybody's worried about that now. We are the NFC champions and the first 6th seed from the NFC going into the Super Bowl to take Lombardi, to hoist Lombardi up on our shoulders and carry him off the field again. So Packer fans, be excited and enjoy it. It doesn't come around every year. Hopefully it'll come around many times in the next few years, but it doesn't come around every year. And check out the Atrium next week. We're going to talk about the big, huge, big dance, Steelers-Packers. Does it get any better than Steelers-Packers? This Super Bowl could be one of the best Super Bowls that we have seen, and we've seen some good ones recently. This could top them all. I'm so excited to talk about the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about it next week. In the meantime, I have a series of blogs I'm doing at greenbaypackernation.com called Calling the Super Bowl Muse. Every year when the Super Bowl comes around, I make a prediction. This year is special for obvious reasons. So what I've been doing is I've been talking one piece at a time. I'm going to build up to my prediction for the Green Bay Packers and the Steelers in Super Bowl 45. Check it out at greenbaypackernation.com. If you're not already a Facebook fan, if you haven't liked us on Facebook, do that today. You can go to the site, just scroll down to become a fan on Facebook, click the button, and like us. Follow us on Twitter. Check out all of John Rehor's blogs. John has been doing a great job. Check out By the Numbers. There is a great By the Numbers post about the bragging rights between the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, two teams that have a lot of talk when it comes to Super Bowls. The Pittsburgh Steelers are getting a lot of pub, a lot of cred out there. JR has put together a post that everyone needs to read about bragging rights between Green Bay Packer fans and Steelers fans by the numbers. Go check it out today. You don't want to miss it. And catch up with Calling the Super Bowl Muse, and you can see what I have to say about this year's Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And until next time, keep your head held high. We are going to Dallas, Texas for Super Bowl 45, and as we always say, here on the Atrium, go Packers.